External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has received rich praise from his Russian counterpart for asking the West to, quote-unquote, mind their own business when they questioned India's procurement of Russian oil after the Ukraine war began. In a video shared by Russian news agency Sputnik, the country's foreign minister, Sergei Lavrov, is seen addressing the World Youth Forum in Sochi. And he says, my friend, Foreign Minister Jaishankar, was once at the United Nations giving a speech. He was asked why they started buying so much oil from Russia. He advised them to mind their own business and reminded them at the same time of how much oil the West had started buying and continue to buy from the Russian Federation. This is national dignity, he said. Now, after the Ukraine war erupted, most Western countries imposed sanctions on Moscow and stopped buying crude Russian oil. India, however, refused to play along. Dr. Jaishankar articulated New Delhi's position on international forums, emphasizing that Indian citizens cannot afford high energy prices and that the Narendra Modi government is only trying to get the best deal possible for its citizens. The foreign minister also called out Europe's double standards and said it needs to grow out of the mindset that Europe's problems are the world's problems, but the world's problems are not Europe's problems. More recently, Dr. Jaishankar was asked about India's continuing procurement of Russian oil at a security conference in Munich. He was asked if this becomes a problem in India's equations with other major allies. With the US Secretary of State Antony Blinken and German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock by his side, Dr. Jaishankar replied, why should it be a problem? If I'm smart enough to have multiple options, you should be admiring and not criticizing me. Is it a problem for others? I don't think so. The External Affairs Minister has said on multiple occasions that India's position on the Ukraine war is very clear and very public. He has said the Indian position articulated by Prime Minister Modi is that this is not an era of war and that dialogue and diplomacy is the answer. The Modi government's stand has received praise from Russia earlier as well. In January, President Vladimir Putin said Moscow can rely on India and its leadership because it is assured that New Delhi will not play games against them on the international stage. Putin said India is pursuing an independent foreign policy, which is not easy in today's world. But India, with a population of 1.4 billion, has the right to do so, and under the leadership of the Prime Minister, that right is being realized. And this is not just a statement, it is important from the viewpoint of organizing joint work between the two countries because it gives us the opportunity to forecast the actions of our partners in medium and long terms. That's what Putin had said.